At 63, Kerry Dixon's shocking pub assault changed everything. The Chelsea legend, who scored nearly 200 goals, ended up in prison after attacking a man in a Dunstable pub. CCTV footage captured the former England striker punching a man off a bar stool and continuing to kick him while he lay helpless on the floor. The attack was so violent that when jurors first watched it, there was an audible gasp in the courtroom. How did a footballer once celebrated across England sink so low? Kerry Michael Dixon was born in Luton on July 24, 1961. Standing 6 feet tall and weighing 83 kilograms, he possessed all the physical attributes needed for a top striker: height, strength, pace, heading ability, and skill with both feet. But his path to football stardom wasn't smooth. Both Tottenham Hotspur and his hometown club, Luton Town, rejected him early in his career, forcing him to start in non-league football with Chesham United and Dunstable Town. Reading FC spotted his potential and signed him in 1980 for £20,000. It proved to be an incredible bargain. Over 3 seasons, Dixon netted 51 league goals in 116 appearances, showcasing his remarkable talent even when the team struggled. His final season at Reading saw him finish as the 3rd Division's top scorer with 26 league goals, despite the club being relegated. In summer 1983, Chelsea manager John Neal took a chance on Dixon, paying between £150,000 and £175,000 for his signature. The timing was crucial. Chelsea were languishing in the 2nd Division after narrowly avoiding relegation to the 3rd tier. Neal was rebuilding, and Dixon arrived as the big blonde hope, tasked with firing Chelsea back to the top flight. His impact was immediate and electrifying. On his competitive debut on August 27, 1983, Dixon scored twice as Chelsea thrashed promotion rivals Derby County 5-0. He continued scoring relentlessly throughout the season, finishing with 34 goals in all competitions as Chelsea won the 2nd Division title. He formed a potent attacking trio with David Speedie and Pat Nevin, creating one of the most exciting forward lines in English football. Dixon seamlessly made the step up to the 1st Division. He shared the Golden Boot Award with Gary Lineker in the 1984-85 season, scoring 24 league goals. His remarkable form earned him an England call-up in 1985, triggering a clause in his transfer requiring Chelsea to pay Reading an additional £25,000 bonus. His international career started brightly too. After making his England debut against Mexico in June 1985, he scored twice against West Germany and twice against the United States in subsequent friendlies. He was selected for England's 1986 World Cup squad in Mexico, making 1 appearance as a substitute in the 3-0 win over Poland. But his international career proved short-lived, finishing with just 8 caps and 4 goals. Dixon's time at Chelsea saw incredible individual success amidst club turbulence. When Chelsea suffered relegation back to the 2nd Division in 1988, Dixon fired them straight back up, scoring 25 league goals as they won another 2nd Division title. By the time he left for Southampton in 1992, he had scored 193 goals in 420 appearances, making him Chelsea's 3rd highest goal scorer of all time. The latter stages of Dixon's playing career showed a clear decline. His time at Southampton was brief and unsuccessful. Just 2 goals in 9 league appearances in the inaugural Premier League season. He had short spells at Luton Town, Millwall and Watford, before finishing as player manager at Doncaster Rovers in the 1996-97 season. His final playing role came at non-league Basildon United before retiring around 1997-98. After hanging up his boots, Dixon struggled to find his place. He managed a pub called The Distillery in Dunstable and tried coaching at several non-league clubs, including Boreham Wood, Letchworth, Wisbech Town, Hitchin Town and Dunstable Town. But establishing a sustained management career proved challenging, with his commitments to media work often clashing with coaching duties. Dixon remained connected to Chelsea, working as a commentator and pundit for Chelsea TV between 2002 and 2008, providing analysis for radio and appearing on ESPN Asia. He was also actively involved in matchday hospitality at Stamford Bridge. These roles demonstrated that Chelsea still valued his legacy, but beneath the surface, Dixon was battling serious personal demons. He openly acknowledged a long-term, debilitating addiction to gambling, Reports mentioned a period of drug abuse, allegedly lasting around a decade after his retirement. These struggles became public in June 2014 when he was charged with possession of a Class A drug, although the charge was later dropped. The defining crisis came in the early hours of May 15, 2014, at the Nag's Head pub in Dunstable. An altercation broke out between 52-year-old Dixon and a builder named Ben Scoble. The dispute reportedly involved insults directed at Dixon, including being called fatso, and a disagreement over who should occupy a particular bar stool. What happened next was captured on CCTV. Dixon punched Scoble, knocking him off the bar stool, then continued to strike and kick him as he lay on the floor. At his trial at Luton Crown Court, Dixon pleaded not guilty, claiming self-defence and stating he feared Scoble was about to attack him with a glass. But the prosecution successfully argued the attack was completely unprovoked. Judge Barbara Mensah described the video evidence as shocking and sickening to watch. She deemed Dixon's response, regardless of any provocation, as disproportionate, unnecessary, and completely over the top. In June 2015, the jury found Dixon guilty of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. Despite character references and mentions of his gambling problems and family health issues, Judge Mensah sentenced him to 9 months in prison. Dixon served 4 months before release. The conviction brought immediate consequences. His media and hospitality roles, particularly those with Chelsea, were terminated. This represented not just a financial blow, but a painful severing of ties with the club that had defined his professional life. He later spoke candidly about his time inside. He described spending up to 16 hours a day locked in his cell, battling intense boredom and inactivity. One particularly harrowing memory was the journey in the prison transport van immediately after sentencing. Confined in a small compartment, or sweatbox, he experienced a panic attack, making him feel like he was in a coffin. He called the experience horrendous and inhumane. Released in late 2015, Dixon faced the daunting task of rebuilding his life. With his Chelsea connections gone, he turned to manual labour, working variously as a plumber or heating engineer's assistant, primarily fitting pipes. He addressed this shift pragmatically, stating, "It's a job at the end of the day. I needed a job and everyone needs to live somehow." Dixon has expressed deep remorse for the assault, saying he will be remorseful for the rest of my days and is sorry it happened. He continues to battle his gambling addiction, focusing on control rather than complete abstinence. He has used his experiences to engage in talks about addiction, aiming to help others facing similar struggles. In 2016, he published his autobiography, Up Front, suggesting a conscious effort to shape his own narrative and perhaps find redemption through honesty about his downfall. He has expressed openness to potentially resuming hospitality work at Chelsea someday, though this has not yet materialised. Kerry Dixon's story represents a stark warning about the fragility of sporting success when confronted with personal demons and poor judgment. His fall from England international and Golden Boot winner to a convicted man working manual labour jobs is particularly striking. Despite the affection many Chelsea supporters still hold for him, his legacy remains forever tainted, a complex tapestry woven with threads of extraordinary sporting achievement and significant personal failure. The enduring sadness of Dixon's story is the contrast between the brilliant footballer who scored 193 goals for Chelsea and the troubled man who couldn't control his impulses off the pitch. His case serves as a potent reminder that even the most celebrated athletes can lose everything in a moment of madness, and that the roar of the crowd eventually fades, leaving each person to face their own character and choices in the harsh light of ordinary life.